Hi, this is a little gypsy Vanner. He's kind of pushy. He crashed into his owner and they had to do shoulder surgery on her. Well, any of you that's been watching my groundwork series, what I hope you've taken away from it is my groundwork, not only does it have to have a direct correlation to the saddle work, that means if you're sitting on a horse's back and you can't copy what you just showed him on the ground, I don't teach it. I want every bit of my groundwork to apply to saddle work. I'm making saddle horses here. I'm not trying to graduate ground school. That being said, you also probably noticed a couple of different times that I said my groundwork program isn't a step-by-step thing. Do this, then you do that, then you do that, then you do that. What I do out here is we work on what the horse needs. We work on what they need when they need it. So I might jump all over the place when I do my groundwork. Now, like I said, this little horse here is pushy. He don't pay much attention. Nothing wrong with him. He's a nice little horse. Or she's a nice little horse. But I feel with this horse, it's more important to get the hip to yield and have her back up than it is to doing circles and rollbacks and stops. Even though those will happen when I get the other things. So when we work with a different horse, especially a horse that's had previous training or a trouble, we always work on what they need when they need it. And ultimately the end result is soft, quiet, and relaxed, and they follow a feel and read my intentions. So we're going to spend a little time with the gypsy here, working on the things I think it needs to work on, and that's from just the evaluation and the works that we've put in already. The horse is telling me what it needs, and if we listen to the horse, we'll never go wrong, will we? See how he keeps touching me? It's kind of irritating, and it ain't safe. It's damn sure not respectful. Nibbling on my leg. So we're going to put him to work. Left and right means back up. I don't want to have to beg him. The horse has already hurt a person. We're not going to get that fixed by babying him until he hurts us. I want left and right to mean back up. It's a 1 + 1 question. Left and right. And that's already getting better. Now I'm going to pet it while it's out here. Good. Left and right. Good. Pet it some more. I want that shoulder to step across. Left jaw, right front foot. You see how it crowds in right there? When that rib cage comes across that circle on a straight line with the horse, his hip closer than your shoulder, you're fixing to get kicked. Or you could get kicked. The potential's there. Now straight up is the inside hind leg. I don't want it to overreact like that. So we need to get it more relaxed. I want that shoulder stepping way out there, just like that. You probably didn't see it. Forward. Now when this horse makes a circle, inside leg, not back up, not back up, not back up, not back up, not back up. I needed to step under itself. Now I'm going to keep doing this like this until he steps under. Right there. Call it good. Pet him. Teaching takes the time it takes. If you'll notice, pull pressure means come forward. We'll wait. I'll talk while we're waiting. I didn't hit that hindquarters with this flag. I want those feet connected to the reins. I'm making a saddle horse here. I don't want this horse's body parts afraid of me. I will use this as my legs, but I won't hit it on top of the butt. I'll hit it in the flank where your heel would go, but I'm not going to ask this horse to do that task with any kind of refinement or speed until it can do the task. My leg is for a sense of urgency right now. This horse has very little respect, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with the horse. I want to pick up like I was riding right there and have that inside leg step under. Just like that. Horse is smart. Left and right means back up. Pet it again. I can walk up and pet this horse, but if I back up a step, it needs to stay back there where I left it because I didn't ask it to do anything. That's respect. That's follow the field. That's reading my intentions. I'm not going to keep playing back and forth with this horse. If I ask it to back up and it does and then it comes back up, I'll ask it to back up further until when I leave it there, it stays there, mentally, physically, and emotionally. That's respect. Pull pressure means come forward. We'll wait. If it wants to stand there like a llama, we'll let it. There, there, there. Now we're going to get this other inside hind leg. I'm going to pick up like I was riding. There, there, left and right. And the horse doesn't have to do it fast. They just have to do it. After we get, there it is stuck again. After we get this horse to where it can move that body part, we'll ask that body part for a little more speed and efficiency. But I want to make sure I taught the lesson before I go to banging around on them. But if I have to hit one, I will. But I'm going to start as light as I can. Now I'll show you what I mean. We moved that inside hind leg. I'm not going to spend 2 weeks practicing that. We moved that inside hind leg. Now I'm going to add my legs to it because I know it can. I'm going to pick up. There's where my legs go, right there. Right there. Left and right. Pet it. It's not used to adversity. If you'll watch it, as soon as I touch it there, it gets grumpy. We have to work with them at their own speed, but they have to keep getting better all the time. But we cannot use brutality as a training tool. What we have to use as a training tool is if you try I will reward you. I'm making the signals as simple as I possibly can, but as soon as I get it, I'm going to step it up. But until I get it, I'll take as long as I need to take. Not a problem. I'm not mad at him at all. This is a nice little horse. It just learned, it just learned some bad behaviors. It doesn't know they're bad. It's all right, it's all good. I'm going to pick up, inside hind leg, legs. There, left and right. I'm going to put my fingers in its mouth, touch its tongue, and pull my finger out. That relaxes a muscle group in their face. And we start relaxing those muscles, eventually we'll get the whole body relaxed. And you might want to worm them or put a bit in their mouth someday. It's just something I do. Grab them right here, put your finger in your mouth. When you can feel the tongue, pull it out. And what I really want is for that horse to not throw its head when I do that. Yeah, good, that's good. All right, left and right. Now, dwell time. In the beginning, you're going to get a lot longer dwell time. As you get to refinement, that dwell time will get shorter and shorter. And what I mean about dwell time. Dwell time is the amount of time that's between the ask and the try. In the beginning, it's going to be long. You're going to ask them, you're going to wait a little bit. When they try, you're going to pet them. As we get to refinement, that dwell time will get shorter, and we can ask less and less, but get more results. So you ask for less and you get more. That's the definition of refinement. Left and right means back up. Nothing. 1, 2. Good enough. Pet him. I don't want any fear or spook. I want to rub away anything. If he overreacts instead of responds, I'm going to rub all those away every time. Because like I said, he ain't a bad horse. Now I want this shoulder. Right jaw, left front foot. There. And he stepped way out there. Forward. That's my legs. I'm not going to pull him forward. He's not a bucket calf. Inside, left and right. That's what it's supposed to look like in the beginning. Pull pressure. He's stuck again. We're going to keep doing this until when I pick up on that rope, he steps forward without me holding on to it. There. Now I want him to look at me. Left and right means back up. Left and right. Just like that. Pet him. He's not in trouble. I don't want him to think for a minute that he's in trouble. If this scares him, I'm using it too much. If you can't do this with your horse, you can't help him with this tool because this tool's scaring him. I don't want him afraid of this tool. I want him to respect it. Left jaw, right front foot. Legs. We already know that he can do it. If we know that he can do it, we can step it up. But we have to make sure he knows he can do it. He's not allowed to stop. He's not allowed to dictate direction or speed. That's rule number 2. I need a full circle without him stopping. A full circle without him stopping. They learn when you turn. I want him to quit walking like he's going to his own funeral. Remember, he hurt somebody. Probably not on purpose, but I don't want him going home and hurting him again. Inside leg, left and right. Ready. Don't forget to pet him. Pull pressure. There, it's better. Pull pressure. There. Pull pressure. There. There, 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 there. Good. Left and right. There. Pet him. And so here's an example of a horse in my groundwork program that we're working on a trouble. His biggest trouble is he doesn't know the parameters. We've worked with him now for a while, and he's just not quite trying very hard. Some horses try harder than others. Some horses, it offends them if you make them move. One of the most dangerous horses in the world is a lazy horse, because they get mad if you make them move. I don't know if he's lazy. I know that he's reluctant to move. And so we're chipping away at it. Am I going crazy and beating around on him? No, I'm trying to teach him. And if I get this done, when he goes home, the owner probably will be safe. Left and right. There. Pull pressure. It's not as light as I'd like, but he didn't stick. Now I'm going to ask him to move around my circus pole so that we can work on his desire to go forward. Not for very long. I'm going to get it and we're going to quit. I don't want him to stop. I don't want him to stop. And the reason that he's on the circus pole is so he's not pulling on me. But see how that rope's only getting tight once in a while? He's bumping into that pressure himself, and he hasn't offered to stop. Just once. Now I'm going to turn him. Shoulder. There. He doesn't get to stop. This is working on his desire to go forward. He doesn't have to be a racehorse, but if we turn him, we want him to go forward. Keep us safe. Every time that he sticks is a danger spot. And I didn't grind on him on that pole. I didn't even make him lope. I just sent him around that pole so we could work on his mindset. His mindset is, I don't want to go. The point of that little lesson was, when I ask you to go, you go until I ask you to do something else. That's fair. It's safe. It's respectful. And it's how we're gonna, it's just a typical work for the little gypsy horse. Not a bad horse at all. But every horse that you get, if you're working with troubled horses, you may have to mix and match your program to adapt to the situation as it arises. if all we did was beat on him because he's not yielding his hindquarters really fast, well, hell, he'll start running backwards then. And then that sticking will get horrible. Every time he turns, he'll stick and run backwards. Just an example. So feel free to experiment out of the box. If you have any questions, my gosh, send me a message. If you're watching these on YouTube, you can comment on the video. If you're watching them on YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Equine Kindergarten. You can message me on Facebook. If you're watching these videos on Facebook, follow me, Butch Mowdy on Facebook, and you can send me a message on Facebook. He's not allowed to touch me. If that's the rule, it has to be the rule all the time. You want to touch him? You want to hug him and kiss him and give him cookies? Do it because it's your idea. Now, if you'll notice, he ain't afraid of me, even though I make him listen to me. Horses like leaders, fair leaders. And the next time you're worried about your horse hating you, remember this: horses follow a leader. The alpha horse is cranky. The alpha horse is not happy because the alpha horse has to think all the time for the whole herd. That's why they're so grumpy acting. What he'd rather do is find a good leader that he could trust and whose opinion has value to her, and just follow them wherever they want to go and get took care of. That's the nature of them. Anyway, thank you. See ya. Bye.